to welcome you to our tour today. For those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Kelsey and I am originally from Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain last February. We're loving it, it's beautiful, and I have been taking quite a few trips lately, so this is one of the beautiful places that I am so excited to bring you to. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to London! London, this vibrant capital of England and the United Kingdom, is a city steeped in rich history, diverse culture, and unparalleled energy. As one of the world's most iconic cities, London stands as a testament to centuries of influence, innovation, and resilience. From its storied landmarks like the Tower of London and Buckingham Palace, to its bustling streets lined with modern skyscrapers and historic architecture, London offers a captivating blend of the past and the present. With its world-class museums, thriving art scene, bustling markets, and renowned culinary offerings, London welcomes us visitors with open arms, inviting us to explore its countless attractions and experience the unique charm that makes it one of the most beloved cities on Earth. Let's explore London! Alright, so as we explore, let me tell you a little bit about architecture in England and how it became this beautiful location that it is today. Architecture in England spans centuries of history and reflects the country's diverse cultural influences and evolving architectural styles. During the medieval period, England was renowned for its majestic cathedrals and castles, such as Canterbury Cathedral and the Tower of London, which showcased intricate Gothic architecture characterized by pointed arches, ribbed vaults, and soaring spires. The Tudor era introduced distinctive timber-framed houses with their characteristic black and white facades, while the Georgian period saw the rise of elegant townhouses and neoclassical buildings influenced by ancient Roman and Greek architecture. The Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th centuries brought about significant changes in England's architectural landscape, with the emergence of Victorian architecture characterized by grand public buildings, terraced houses, and ornate railway stations. The arts and crafts movement, led by architects such as William Morris and Charles Rennie Mackintosh, sought to revive traditional craftsmanship and promote simplicity and functionality in design. In the 20th century, England embraced modernist architecture, with iconic structures like the Lloyd's Building in London and the Barbican Estate showcasing innovative design and geometric forms. Some interesting facts for you. The Houses of Parliament, also known as the Palace of Westminster, is one of the most iconic landmarks in England and features the famous Big Ben clock tower. The Tower of London, built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, has served variously as a royal palace, a fortress, and a prison throughout its history. The city of Bath is renowned for its well-preserved Georgian architecture, including the famous Royal Crescent and the Roman-built baths. The Shard, located in London, is the tallest building in the United Kingdom and offers panoramic views of the city from its observation deck. The Gherkin, officially known as 30 St. Mary Axe, is a distinctive skyscraper in London's financial district, known for its unconventional shape and energy-efficient design. Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument located in Wiltshire, is one of the world's most famous archaeological sites and dates back over 4,000 years. The Brighton Pavilion, built for King George IV in the early 19th century, is a remarkable example of Indo-Saracenic revival architecture with its exotic domes and minarets. The Eden Project in Cornwall features a series of biomes housing plants from around the world, and it is housed within large translucent domes made of ETFE plastic. The Angel of the North, a contemporary sculpture located in Gateshead, England, is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the country, standing at 20 meters tall or 60 feet, with a wingspan of 54 meters or over 150 feet. The medieval city of York is famous for its well-preserved city walls, narrow cobbled streets, and iconic landmarks such as York Minster and the Shambles. Architecture in England varies widely, and it reflects the country's diverse cultural influences and evolving styles. What's your favorite type of architecture in England? While we walk, let me tell you a little bit about the history of art and literature here in England. Art and lit have long been integral to the cultural identity of England, with a rich and diverse history that spans centuries. The roots of English literature can be traced back to the Anglo-Saxon period, with works such as the epic poem The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. The Renaissance period saw a flourishing of English literature marked by the works of playwrights like William Shakespeare, whose plays continue to be celebrated and performed around the world. The 18th and 19th centuries brought the Romantic movement, with poets such as William Wordsworth, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and John Keats leaving an indelible mark on English literature. In the realm of art, England has produced some of the world's most renowned painters, from the pre-Raphaelites like Dante Gabriel Rossetti and John Everett Mallet, to the portrait artists of the Tudor period like Hans Holbein the Younger. The 18th century saw the rise of landscape paintings with artists like J.M.W. Turner, while the 19th century brought the Victorian era's sentimental and narrative art, exemplified by the works of Sir Lawrence Alma-Tama and the Pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood. Despite its rich and storied history, English art and literature have also had their share of fascinating and quirky facts. Let me tell you some interesting tidbits. The first English novel is often considered to be Daniel Defoe's Robinson Crusoe, published in 1719, which tells the tale of a castaway's adventures on a deserted island. The Bronte sisters, Charlotte, Emily, and Anne, were all accomplished novelists, with Charlotte's Jane Eyre, Emily's Wuthering Heights, and Anne's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall among their most famous works. The Harry Potter series, written by J.K. Rowling, has become one of the best-selling book series in history, captivating readers of all ages with its magical world and compelling characters. The Globe Theatre, famously associated with William Shakespeare, was originally built in 1599 but burned down in 1613 during a performance of Henry VIII. It was rebuilt the following year and operated until 1642, when it was closed by the Puritans. The iconic detective Sherlock Holmes was created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and first appeared in the novel A Study in Scarlet in 1887. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer, written in the late 14th century, is a collection of stories told by pilgrims traveling to Canterbury Cathedral and offers a vivid snapshot of medieval life. Agatha Christie. Often dubbed the Queen of Crime, Agatha Christie is the best-selling novelist of all time, with over 2 billion copies of her books sold worldwide. The Harry Potter film series, based on J.K. Rowling's novels, has grossed over $7.7 billion worldwide, making it one of the highest-grossing film franchises in history. The British Library, located in London, is the largest national library in the world by number of items catalogued, with over 170 million items in its collections. The Turner Prize, established in 1984, is awarded annually to a British visual artist under the age of 50 and has become one of the most prestigious awards in contemporary art. In addition to its literary and artistic achievements, England boasts a rich tradition of theatre and performance. The West End in London is renowned for its world-class theatre productions, with famous venues like the Royal Opera House, the National Theatre, and Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, attracting audiences from around the globe. The West End is particularly celebrated for its musicals, with iconic shows like Les Miserables, The Phantom of the Opera, and The Lion King, captivating audiences for decades. English literature and art continue to evolve and inspire, with contemporary authors and artists making their mark on the global stage. From the experimental works of authors like Kazuo Ishiguro and Zadie Smith to the thought-provoking installations of artists like Damien Hirst and Banksy, England remains a vibrant hub of creativity and innovation. Whether exploring the streets of London's vibrant art scene or immersing ourselves in the pages of a classic English novel, the legacy of England's literary and artistic heritage continues to captivate and inspire audiences worldwide. Alright, so as we walk, you all know I am such a foodie, so let me tell you a little bit about some of my favorite things to eat in England. Breakfast. The English breakfast, also known as a full breakfast or a fry-up, has its origins in the 19th century, evolving from the hearty morning meals traditionally consumed by rural workers. As industrialization spread across England, workers needed substantial meals to sustain them through long hours of labor, leading to the development of the full English breakfast as we know it today. The typical components of an English breakfast include eggs, usually fried or scrambled, bacon, sausages, baked beans, grilled tomatoes, mushrooms, and toast. Other variations may include black pudding, a type of blood sausage, hash browns, or fried bread. The English breakfast became popular during the Victorian era, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. Some interesting facts for you. The English breakfast is sometimes referred to as a fry-up due to the method of cooking many of its components, which are fried in oil or butter. The origins of the term full English breakfast are uncertain, but it is believed to have been coined in the late 19th century to distinguish it from lighter breakfast options. The traditional English breakfast was historically served as a communal meal, with family members gathered around the table to start the day together. While the components of the English breakfast can vary regionally and based on personal preference, certain elements like bacon and eggs are considered essential. The popularity of the English breakfast spread far beyond England to other parts of the British Isles, including Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, each adding its own regional variations. In addition to being a staple of British cuisine, the English breakfast has become a cultural icon, frequently referenced in literature, film, and television as a symbol of British identity. The English breakfast is often enjoyed on weekends or as a special treat on holidays and special occasions such as Christmas or Easter. The English breakfast has inspired variations around the world, including the American diner-style Grand Slam breakfast and the Australian Big Breakfast. Despite its reputation as a hearty meal, the English breakfast has faced criticism from health experts due to its high fat and calorie content. However, many argue that when enjoyed in moderation, it can be part of a balanced diet. The English breakfast has evolved over time to accommodate changing dietary preferences like lifestyles, with lighter or vegetarian options now available for those seeking healthier alternatives. As they say, everything in moderation, including moderation. Alright, so as we walk, as we're seeing all of these beautiful things and beautiful people, let me tell you a little bit of history about the history of fashion in England. Fashion here has a rich and diverse history that reflects the country's cultural evolution over the centuries. During the medieval period, England's fashion was heavily influenced by its European neighbors, with elaborate garments adorned with intricate embroidery and luxurious fabrics. The Tudor era saw the rise of distinctive styles such as the iconic Tudor silhouette, characterized by voluminous skirts and elaborate headwear. In the 17th and 18th centuries, fashion became more refined and elegant, with the emergence of the Georgian and Regency styles, which emphasized simplicity and sophistication. The Victorian era saw a resurgence of opulence and extravagance, with elaborate dresses and intricate accessories reflecting the prosperity of the time. In the 20th century, England became a global hub for fashion innovation and creativity, with London at the forefront of its cutting-edge design. The swinging 60s brought about a cultural revolution, with London's Carnaby Street and King's Road becoming synonymous with youth culture and fashion experimentation. The punk movement of the 1970s challenged conventional ideas of fashion, with designers like Vivienne Westwood pushing the boundaries of style and self-expression. Today, England continues to be a major player in the global fashion industry, with renowned designers like Stella McCartney, Alexander McQueen, and Burberry shaping trends and influencing fashion worldwide. Some fun facts for you about fashion here in England. The first fashion magazine, the English Woman's Domestic Magazine, was published in England in 1861. The term trench coat originated from the coats worn by British soldiers during World War I, known as trench coats because they were often worn in the trenches. The world's first department store, Bon Marché, was inspired by English shopping emporiums and opened in Paris in 1838. The quintessential English garment, the bowler hat, was invented by London hat makers Thomas and William Bowler in 1849. The Royal Ascot horse racing event is famous for its strict dress code, which includes hats for women and morning dress for men. The phrase, "the cat's pajamas," originated in England in the 1920s, used to describe something stylish or excellent. The bikini was named after the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean, where atomic bomb tests were conducted, but its modern design was popularized by British fashion designer Louis Réard in 1946. The Beatles' influence on fashion extended beyond music, with their distinctive mod style inspiring a generation of young people in the 1960s. The London Fashion Week, held biannually in February and September, is one of the world's most prestigious fashion events, showcasing the latest collections from top designers. The Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, has become a global fashion icon, known for her elegant and sophisticated style choices, which often spark trends and sell out items within minutes, similarly to her mother-in-law, the late Princess Diana. The history of fashion in England is rich and diverse, and it has evolved over centuries. Okay, so as we meander, let me give you some info on festivals you might encounter in England. England hosts a plethora of festivals throughout the year, ranging from traditional celebrations to modern cultural events. One of the most iconic festivals is the Notting Hill Carnival, annually held in London. This vibrant event celebrates Caribbean culture with colorful parades, live music, and delicious food. Another popular festival is Glastonbury, one of the world's largest music festivals, which attracts thousands of music enthusiasts from around the globe. The Chelsea Flower Show is a must-visit for gardening enthusiasts, showcasing stunning floral displays and innovative gardening designs. Other notable festivals. These include the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the Durham Lumiere Festival, and the Manchester International Festival, each offering unique experiences and entertainment. Some fun facts for you. The Notting Hill Carnival is the largest street festival in Europe, attracting over 1 million visitors every year. Glastonbury Festival, held on a dairy farm in Somerset, is one of the most famous music festivals in the world and has been running since 1970. The Chelsea Flower Show is organized by the Royal Horticultural Society and it has been held annually since 1913, except during World War I and World War II. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival is the world's largest arts festival, featuring thousands of performances across various genres, including comedy, theater, and music. The Durham Lumiere Festival is a biennial event that transforms the historic city of Durham with stunning light installations and projections. The Manchester International Festival showcases original, new work from across the spectrum of performing arts, visual arts, and popular culture. The Hay Festival of Literature and Arts, held in the Welsh border town of Hay-on-Wye, is a renowned literary festival that attracts top authors, thinkers, and speakers from around the world. The Bristol International Balloon Fiesta is Europe's largest annual hot air balloon event, featuring mass ascents, night glows, and spectacular balloon displays. The Oxford and Cambridge Boat Race, held annually on the River Thames in London, is one of England's oldest sporting events, dating back to 1829. Last but not least, the Royal Cornwall Show is one of the UK's largest agricultural shows, featuring livestock competitions, equestrian events, and a wide range of rural activities. What is your favorite festival? Let me know in the comments below. Now, while we explore, let me give you some of the fun facts about England that I have found particularly interesting. During this tour, we will learn about a few of these in greater detail, but let me give you the overview. First of all, England is the birthplace of many famous inventions, including the steam engine, the telephone, and the World Wide Web. The iconic Tower of London has served as a royal palace, a prison, and a zoo throughout its history. The London Underground. Commonly known as the Tube, the London Underground is the oldest underground railway system in the world. The London Zoo. England is home to the world's oldest operating zoo, which opened in 1828, the London Zoo. Sunday roast. The country's national dish is the traditional Sunday roast, typically consisting of roasted meat, potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, and vegetables. Castles. England has more than 1,000 castles, ranging from ancient fortresses to lavish palaces. The English language. With over 1 million words, the English language is one of the most extensive languages in the world. The British Museum. The world's first public museum, the British Museum, was founded in London in 1753. A cuppa. England is known for its love of tea, with an estimated 165 million cups consumed daily. Bristol. The city of Bristol is famous for its colorful houses and vibrant street art scene, including works by renowned artist Banksy. The Lake District. In northwest England, the Lake District has inspired many famous writers, including Beatrix Potter and William Wordsworth. The University of Oxford. England is home to the world's oldest university. The University of Oxford was founded in the 12th century. Breathtaking views. England's coastline stretches for over 7,700 miles, offering fantastic, picturesque views and scenic walks. Which bridge? The Tower Bridge in London is often mistaken for London Bridge, which is located nearby. Yellow Submarine. The Beatles, one of the most influential bands in history, originated in Liverpool. English breakfast. The traditional English breakfast typically includes bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, and toast. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, and it is believed to be over 4,000 years old. Grand estates. England is famous for its stately homes and grand estates, many of which are open to the public for tours. St. George. The country's patron saint is St. George, who is celebrated on April 23rd with parades and activities. St. George's Cross. England's flag, the St. George's Cross, features a red cross on a white background and is often seen during sporting events and national holidays. As we walk, let me give you some info about the geography of England. Situated on the southern part of the island of Great Britain, England boasts a diverse geography that encompasses rolling hills, verdant countryside, and rugged coastlines. The landscape is characterized by fertile plains, particularly in the south, where the Thames Valley and the East Anglian Fens provide rich agricultural land. To the north, the terrain becomes more mountainous, with the Pennines and the Lake District offering breathtaking vistas and opportunities for outdoor recreation. England's coastline stretches for over 7,000 kilometers, featuring iconic landmarks like the White Cliffs of Dover, the Jurassic Coast of Dorset, and the stunning beaches of Cornwall and Devon. In addition to its natural beauty, England is dotted with historic cities and towns, each with its own distinctive character and architectural heritage. Some fun facts for you. England is the largest country in the United Kingdom by population and land area, covering approximately 130,000 square kilometers. The River Thames, which flows through London, is the longest river entirely in England, spanning a distance of 346 kilometers. The Lake District National Park is home to England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, standing at 978 meters above sea level. England's coastline is incredibly varied, featuring sandy beaches, rugged cliffs, and picturesque harbors, making it a popular destination for seaside holidays. The Peak District National Park, located in central England, was the first national park established in the country in 1951. England is known for its stunning landmarks, including Stonehenge in Wiltshire, Hadrian's Wall in the north, and the Tower of London in the capital city. The English countryside is crisscrossed by a network of footpaths and hiking trails, providing ample opportunities for outdoor enthusiasts to explore the rural landscape. England experiences a temperate maritime climate, with mild temperatures and moderate rainfall throughout the year, influenced by its proximity to the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea. The White Cliffs of Dover, composed of chalk, are an iconic symbol of England and can be seen from across the English Channel in France on a clear day. England's diverse geography has inspired generations of writers, poets, and artists who have captured its beauty and charm in literature, art, and music. All right, so as we walk, let me give you some history on a few of the things that have been invented in England. The steam engine. Invented by Thomas Newcomen in 1712, the steam engine revolutionized transportation and industry, leading to the Industrial Revolution. The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell is credited with inventing the telephone in 1876, revolutionizing communication worldwide. The World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, laying the foundation for the modern internet and transforming how information is accessed and shared. Television. In 1925, it was demonstrated that the first working television system could pave the way for the development of modern television technology. Radar. Developed during World War II, radar technology was instrumental in detecting and tracking enemy aircrafts, submarines, and missile systems. Penicillin. Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, revolutionizing medicine by introducing the first antibiotic. Jet engine. Sir Frank Whittle and Hans von Ohain independently developed the jet engine in 1930, revolutionizing air travel by enabling faster and more efficient aircrafts. The electric light bulb. Although Thomas Edison is often associated with the invention of the light bulb, Joseph Swan, an English physicist, developed a similar incandescent light bulb in 1878. The ATM automated teller machine. The first ATM was installed by Barclays Bank in Enfield, London in 1967, revolutionizing banking by allowing customers to access their cash and conduct transactions outside of banking hours. Vaccinations. Edward Jenner developed the world's first successful smallpox vaccine in 1796, laying the foundation for modern vaccination practices and saving countless lives from infectious diseases. And next, because we are speaking English, let me give you a little bit of history about the English language itself and how it became so popular with such a diverse vocabulary. The English language has a rich history that spans over a millennium, evolving from the Germanic dialects brought to Britain by Anglo-Saxon settlers in the early Middle Ages. Following the Norman conquest of 1066, French became the language of the nobility and government, leading to a period of linguistic fusion known as Middle English, which incorporated French vocabulary into the existing Anglo-Saxon framework. Some of these words still exist today, including words like chance. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century by William Caxton facilitated the standardization and spread of the English language, with the publication of the first printed books in English contributing to its widespread use and accessibility. Throughout history, English has continued to evolve, absorbing words and influences from various languages and cultures, including Latin, Greek, French, and, more recently, global languages due to the British Empire's expansion and the influence of technology and globalization. Some interesting facts for you about the English language. Its global influence. English is the third most spoken language in the world, with over 1.5 billion speakers worldwide, making it a dominant force in the international communication, business, and culture. Shakespearean legacy. William Shakespeare, often regarded as the greatest playwright in the English language, contributed over 1,700 words to the English lexicon, including eyeball, lonely, and bedazzled. The alphabet. The English alphabet consists of 26 letters derived from the Latin alphabet introduced to Britain by Christian missionaries in the 7th century. Borrowed words. English has borrowed words from over 350 languages, including French, Spanish, Arabic, and Hindi, enriching its vocabulary and reflecting its multicultural heritage. Palindromes. English contains numerous palindromic words and phrases such as level, race car, and a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Oxymorons. English is home to many amusing oxymorons such as jumbo shrimp, deafening silence, and virtual reality, which combine contradictory terms for a rhetorical effect. Dialects. English has numerous dialects and regional variations, including British English, American English, Australian English, and so many more, each with its own unique vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. It is ever changing. The English language is constantly evolving, with new words and expressions entering the lexicon regularly, reflecting changes in technology, society, and culture. Some differences between American English and British English I thought you might find amusing. First of all, spelling. American English, we often do not include the U in words with an O-U-R ending. Color, for example. Vocabulary. American English, you might hear truck. With British English, you might hear lorry. Collective nouns. In American English, you'll hear the team is winning. British English, you'll hear the team are winning. Preposition. On the weekend in America and at the weekend in Britain. Verb forms. American English, I have gotten better. British English, I have got better. Slang. American English, trash can. British English, rubbish bin. Idioms. American English, hit the sack or go to bed. And British English, hit the hay. I do have to say I have heard both of these, but still interesting nonetheless. So here are 10 distinctive British phrases that Americans, like myself, do not typically use. Bob's your uncle. Used to emphasize how easy something is. Taking the mickey. Teasing or making fun of someone. Chuffed to bits, extremely pleased or delighted. Gobsmacked, utterly astonished or shocked. Trolleyed, very drunk or intoxicated. Having a chinwag, having a chat or conversation. Twee, overly quaint, charming, or excessively sentimental. Waffle as a verb, talking aimlessly or rambling on. Codswallop, nonsense or rubbish. Arse over tit, falling over clumsily or in a spectacular manner. What's your favorite British phrase? Let me know in the comments below. As we walk, let me tell you about one of the most famous people to come out of England. Charles Darwin. Born on February 12, 1809 in Shrewsbury in England, was a British naturalist whose groundbreaking work laid the foundation for the theory of evolution through natural selection. Darwin's most famous publication on the origin of species, published in 1859, revolutionized the scientific community's understanding of biology and the diversity of life on Earth. Darwin's theory proposed that all species of life have descended over time from a common ancestor, and that the process of natural selection drives the gradual changes in populations over generations. Despite initial controversy and opposition from religious and scientific communities, Darwin's ideas eventually gained widespread acceptance and fundamentally reshaped scientific inquiry. Some fun facts for you about Charles Darwin and his works. Darwin initially studied to become a clergyman, but developed a keen interest in natural history during his studies at Cambridge University. Darwin's famous voyage on the HMS Beagle lasted 5 years, from 1831 to 1836, during which he collected species of plants, animals, and fossils from around the world. Darwin's observations during the voyage, particularly those made on the Galapagos Islands, influenced his theory of evolution by natural selection. Darwin married his first cousin, Emma Wedgwood, in 1839, and they had 10 children together, 7 of whom survived to adulthood. Darwin suffered from a mysterious illness for much of his adult life, with symptoms that included fatigue, headaches, and gastrointestinal problems. Darwin published several other significant works, including The Descent of Man, in which he explored the evolution of humans from earlier primates. Darwin collected correspondence with numerous scientists and thinkers of his time, including Thomas Henry Huxley, who became known as Darwin's bulldog for his vigorous defense of evolutionary theory. Darwin's theory of evolution sparked considerable controversy and debate, with opponents arguing against the idea of humans sharing a common ancestor with other species. Darwin's theory of natural selection is often referred to as the survival of the fittest, a term coined by the philosopher Herbert Spencer and later incorporated into Darwin's work. Darwin's legacy extends beyond biology, though, influencing fields such as anthropology, psychology, and philosophy, and his contributions continue to shape scientific inquiry and understanding to this day. While we explore this beautiful and cultural destination, let me give you some info on William Shakespeare, one of the greatest playwrights and poets in history. Often referred to as the Bard of Avon, William Shakespeare is one of the greatest poets in the English language. Born in Stratford-upon-Avon, around April 23, 1564, Shakespeare's exact birth date remains uncertain, he rose to prominence during the Elizabethan era, a period marked by cultural flourishing and artistic innovation. Shakespeare's prolific output includes 39 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 long narrative poems. His works explore a wide range of themes, from love and betrayal to power and ambition, and continue to resonate with audiences worldwide today. Some interesting facts for you. Shakespeare invented over 1,700 English words, including eyeball, swagger, and lonely. The play Hamlet contains the longest soliloquy in all of Shakespeare's works, famously beginning with "to be or not to be." Romeo and Juliet is one of Shakespeare's most famous tragedies, but it's also one of his shortest plays, with a runtime of about 2 hours. The opera, Romeo and Juliet, on the other hand, is slightly longer than that. Shakespeare's play Macbeth is considered unlucky in the theatre world, leading many actors to refer to it as the Scottish play instead of its title. Shakespeare's works have been translated into every major language and performed more often than those of any other playwright. The Globe Theatre, where many of Shakespeare's plays were first performed, burned down during a performance of Henry VIII in 1613 when a cannon misfired. Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway when he was 18, and they had 3 children together, Susanna and twins Judith and Hamnet. Many of Shakespeare's plays were written during times of epidemic, including the bubonic plague, which often forced theaters to close. Shakespeare's works have been adapted into numerous films, including modern retellings like 10 Things I Hate About You, based on The Taming of the Shrew, and She's the Man, based on Twelfth Night. Despite his enduring fame, Shakespeare's precise birth date, appearance, and much of his personal life remain shrouded in mystery, adding to his enigmatic allure. What is your favorite Shakespeare play? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so in terms of getting around someplace like London, you might have to experience the incredibly famous London Underground. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The London Underground, commonly known as the Tube, has a rich history dating back to the mid-19th century. The world's first underground railway, the Metropolitan Railway, opened in 1863, connecting Paddington Station to Farringdon Street and revolutionizing urban transportation. Designed to alleviate traffic congestion and provide an efficient means of travel across the city, the Underground quickly expanded with additional lines and stations being constructed over the years. The iconic roundel, the Tube's symbol, was introduced in 1908, becoming synonymous with London's public transportation system. Throughout its history, the London Underground has played a vital role in shaping the city's development, facilitating economic growth and serving as a lifeline for millions of commuters and tourists alike. Today, the Tube is one of the world's oldest and most extensive metro systems, spanning over 250 miles of track and carrying millions of passengers every day. Now, a few fun facts for you. Some of the Tube's tunnels run as deep as 221 feet below ground in these deep level tunnels. The busiest station is Waterloo Station, with over 100 million passengers passing through every year. Art on the Tube. The Underground features an extensive collection of art, including sculptures, mosaics, murals, and a few street artists, making it one of the largest public art galleries in the world. The Harry Potter connection. King's Cross Station is where fictional platform 9 3/4 leading to Hogwarts is located, attracting countless fans of the Harry Potter series. Disused stations. Several disused stations, such as Down Street, have been used as filming locations for movies and TV shows. Mind the gap. The famous phrase "mind the gap," heard on the tube's platforms, originated in 1969 as a safety warning. Spiral escalators. Angel Station on the Northern Line boasts the world's longest spiral escalator with a total length of 197 feet. Night Tube. In 2016, the London Underground introduced a night service on weekends, allowing passengers to travel around the clock on selected lines. Tube Challenge. The Tube Challenge is a particularly popular activity where participants attempt to visit all 270 stations on the network in the fastest time possible, a feat known as the Tube Challenge. What's your favorite station on the London Underground? Let me know in the comments below. Now, because we are in such a cultural and musical place, let me give you some info on one of my favorite bands. Formed in Liverpool in 1960, the Beatles are one of the most iconic and influential bands in the history of music. Comprising John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, the band's early performances in the clubs of Hamburg, Germany shaped their distinctive sound and stage presence. With their groundbreaking albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Abbey Road, the Beatles revolutionized popular music, blending elements of rock, pop, and psychedelic sounds to create timeless hits. The Beatles' impact extended far beyond their music, however, influencing fashion, culture, and society. Their famous appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964 marked the beginning of Beatlemania in the United States, sparking a frenzy among fans and cementing their status as global superstars. From their pioneering studio techniques to their experimental forays into film and visual art, the Beatles pushed the boundaries of creativity and innovation, leaving an indelible mark on the world of music and popular culture. Some interesting facts about the Beatles. The original name was the Quarrymen, later changed to the Silver Beatles, before finally settling on the Beatles. Their first hit, Love Me Do, was released in 1962 and reached number 17 on the UK singles chart. The Beatles hold the record for the most number one hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, with 20 songs reaching the top post. Yesterday, written by Paul McCartney, is one of the most covered songs in history with over 2,200 recorded versions. The rooftop concert on top of the Apple Corps building in London was the Beatles' final live performance as a band. The Beatles' animated film, Yellow Submarine, was released in 1968 and remains a cult classic. John Lennon's 1969 marriage to Yoko Ono and their subsequent Bed In for Peace became iconic symbols of the peace movement. The Beatles' final studio album, Abbey Road, features one of the most famous album covers of all time, with the band walking across a zebra crossing outside Abbey Road Studios. In 1965, the Beatles were awarded the Member of the Order of the British Empire, BME, by Queen Elizabeth II, sparking controversy and protests due to their perceived rebellious image. The Beatles were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, recognizing their enduring influence and contribution to music history. What's your favorite Beatles song? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so while we walk, let me give you a little bit of history about Jane Austen, an English novelist known for her keen observation of the manners and morals of the British upper class. Born on December 16, 1775, in Steventon, Hampshire, England, Jane Austen was an English novelist, and her novels, including Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, and Emma, are celebrated for their wit, social commentary, and timeless characters. Despite receiving little recognition during her lifetime, Austen's works gained popularity in the decades following her death and have since become literary classics. Some interesting facts for you. Austen initially published her novels anonymously, with only a few family members even aware of her authorship during her time. Pride and Prejudice, Austen's most famous work, was initially titled First Impressions and was rejected for publication by several publishers before finally being accepted. Austen completed 6 major novels during her lifetime, including Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, and Persuasion. Austen's novels often explored themes of love, marriage, and social status, and the role of women in society, with a keen eye for nuances of human relationships. Austen's writing is characterized by its irony, humor, and astute observations of human behavior, earning her a reputation as one of the greatest novelists in the English language. Despite her success as a novelist, Austen never married and lived a relatively quiet life in rural England, where she drew inspiration from her surroundings and the people she encountered. Austen's novels have been adapted into numerous film, television, and stage productions, with Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility among the most popular adaptations. Jane's works have also inspired a devoted fan base known as Janeites, who celebrated her life and work through fan clubs, conventions, and other events. Austen's novels continue to be studied and analyzed by scholars and literary critics who explore themes such as feminism, class, and the role of the narrator in her works. Austen's legacy endures today, with her novels remaining beloved classics that continue to resonate with readers around the world, inspiring new generations of fans and adaptations. What is your favorite Jane Austen novel? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so in conclusion, London's allure not only lies in its impressive landmarks and vibrant atmosphere, but also in the spirit of innovation and diversity that defines it. From its bustling streets to its serene parks, London continues to captivate and inspire visitors from around the globe. As we bid farewell to this dynamic city, may the memories of our experiences linger here fondly, and may we carry with us the spirit of London's endless possibilities wherever our journeys take us next. What's your favorite part of London? Let me know in the comments below. For a more in-depth look at this location, as well as over 100 locations around the world, check out my Explore with Kelsey tours in the Buy Me a Coffee links in the information below this video. Happy travels! Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for your donations, for your tips, for your PayPals. And as always, thank you for being a part of my traveling family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to follow and like this video for more with me, Explore with Kelsey.